Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad that you guys have joined me. I'm super excited because Tank and I are on our first camping trip with the van. I'm so excited. No, we have not finished the figuring out how we want to set up the inside or anything like that, but we have the lift, we have the tires, we have the window screens, we have the rain guards. So we are camping. And I'm on vacation this week, so I can see my son for his birthday because his birthday is next week. Well, actually the week after next. And he's gonna turn 23. So I decided to go on a 1 to 2 night camping trip, just a quick one with Tank and I before I get to see my son. Sorry, I'm a little sweaty. It was about 80 degrees today. We just got back from walking. But I don't care. I'm enjoying it. My hat's really dirty because I'll tell you a little story about what happened on the way up here. But yeah, so no, I just want to appreciate everyone that is watching and keeps coming back, and anyone new. My name's Carrie and Tank is over here. You'll see him in the video, I'm sure. He's my dog. Oh, he's talking a little bit. You want to come say hi? You want to come say hi? Here he is. This is Tank. But so I decided just to take a ride up here. I went on the Golden Road, and then off of the Golden Road I came up on the Telos Road, and off of the Telos Road I was trying to find 2 campsites near Harrington Lake. They were showing on the Gazetteer, but I went back and forth a few times and I couldn't find them. So I looked back on the Gazetteer, and I believe this road, because it's not really a road, this path is Duck Pond Road, which is supposed to go to Duck Pond. We still have not found Duck Pond, so we might not be on the right road, but it doesn't matter because it had a campsite here. Just a free rustic, there's nothing here, just a space and a place where you could, oh, excuse me, am I not petting you? He wants me to pet him. And it has like a rock circle for a fire, which we're not doing any fires because of the drought going on right now. I usually bring my BioLite stove and cook on that, but I did not want to take any chance of lighting any type of fire at all. So I just brought my single butane burner, and that's what we're going to cook on while we're here. Hi, baby. Yes, I see you. So yeah, so it's super exciting. So we're in the middle of nowhere. I've only seen one vehicle, thank goodness. It was 2 gentlemen in a truck. They had veteran plates. Sometimes, I think it's because I work for the VA and I have for so long. I really love the veterans, and it makes me a little less nervous when I see someone with veteran plates. Probably I'm sure there's good and bad types of every people, but it does make me feel a little better because I've been working with them so long. Makes me feel a little more comfortable. But they just stopped and said hi only for 1 second and kept going, thank goodness. But yeah, so we'll see if we see anyone else while we're here. We will probably take a ride tomorrow and just go look. Maybe go see the dam. We're not too far from the Ripajimus Dam, if that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. That's how I've always pronounced it the whole time I've lived here in Maine. People might correct me, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's what I call it. And we did stop at a couple of campsites before we found this one, but they already had quite a few people, and I'd rather a camp like this where it's just Tank and I. He can sit here and not be on his leash, and yeah, and I just like the peace and quiet of being by myself. Probably why I live off grid in the woods, right? Yes, I'm holding your hand, buddy. But so yeah, so I'll show you how I totally forgot to videotape putting up the screen house and setting up the van, so I apologize for that, but I will show you what it looks like inside. And when we go in later to sleep, I'll show you how Tank and I are in there and how comfy we are. I think we're going to be comfy anyway. It's the first time we're going to sleep in there. But I did bring some fans, and because I don't want him to be hot. Tank gets hot easy. I can be a little hot and be okay, but I don't like him to be hot. So yeah, it's just super exciting. I got some footage of us driving around and some of the great scenery. So hopefully you'll like that, and we'll see what this 1 to 2 day adventure brings us. All right, Tank's in the van and he's ready to go. We got it packed kind of full. That's our sleeping stuff and some clothes and my cooking stuff. And then I have the front seat packed. We don't have it built out yet, so we're just going to go with the flow. And then on the back rack here, I just have my water and my screen tent, just because I don't know where we're going to camp. And if there's a lot of bugs, I'll put the screen tent up and my little table. So, oh, you just heard Tank whine. He's ready to go. And there's the screens for my windows for when we get there. You all ready to go, Tank? No, you stay there. You gotta stay in. All right. So we'll see where we're gonna go head up on the Golden Road and see what spot we find. What'd you get out for? You gotta get back in, silly boy. But yeah, so when I get there, I'll rearrange all this stuff and set it up when we're done driving. I just wanted to make sure everything stayed away from Tank while we were on the road. So this is where we're gonna camp. It's just this little campsite. It has a little fire pit, and there's my van. So I think we're gonna set the screen house up because there's a couple horseflies around here. But as you can see, we're nicely in the middle of nowhere. Right, Tiki? What do you think, buddy? This supposedly is Duck Pond Road, but we haven't found the pond yet. But we will see what we discover, and I'll show you what we do while we set up. Right, Tank? You want to come help Mama? Come on. Good boy. I think it was a little dusty driving. Luckily, I put a sandwich bag over my water spigot with a rubber band. But that's my screen house on my table. We'll just shake it off. It's just dust. I have Tank on a leash right now because he smelt something, so I wanted to make sure. I mean, he doesn't ever take off, but I don't want him to take off up here in the middle of nowhere. But we got the screen tent set up, and I just only brought a couple things because I'm only staying 2 nights. And I got my chair, the table. Hold on, Tanky, we'll go back in there in a minute. And I put Tank's mat there. And then I have my screen shield in the front, and I put up the bug screens on the windows, and I have the windows open to try to keep it cool in there before we go to bed. I brought a DeWalt fan and a couple of my USB fans for tonight. And let's see here. I haven't, oh whoops, I locked it. Hold on. Let me unlock the door and I'll show you how I didn't set it up all the way inside yet, but I set it up. You know, I only brought those mats this time. So I have my bed set up over there. I got Tank's bed here. That's just my little tote with my cooking utensils, toilet paper, teapot, stuff like that. And then I'm gonna put my Goal Zero station down there because I do have a CPAP. And that's the little USB fan I'm gonna be using tonight. And I have my other little Anchor power station right here. So I think we're pretty much all set up. What do you think, Tank? But yeah, so when the more stuff we do, I'll bring you along. Tank and I are taking a walk, and look at this view that we have. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, it's so beautiful, so peaceful. Since we found that campsite, I've only seen one truck, so hopefully no one comes down here very often. But that rock face on the side of that mountain is just beautiful. sights like this is what makes me really love nature and appreciate my ability to be outdoors. You want to keep walking, Tinky? Come on. What? Oh, do you want to go back the other way? You're hot, aren't you? Okay, we can go back the other way. Well, it's almost 6:45, and it's been getting dark like right around 8 o'clock now. The days are getting shorter. So I decided to make my dinner. Since we're just doing a quick trip this time, just 1 to 2 nights, I brought, and like I said, I didn't want to make any fires. I just brought one of my pre-made meals to eat. I brought 2. I probably won't eat this whole one tonight, but I brought 2 just in case. And Tank's out there watching the campsite. I only put him on that orange lead because he smelled something again. And like I said before, he's never taken off before, but I don't take any chances because he's my best friend. And we're in the absolute middle of nowhere. At home, I know he knows how to get home. Here, I'm afraid he would get lost. But yeah, so I just got my water in my tea kettle here, boiling, or getting ready to, trying to get it to boil. For this, I think this only takes, let's see, 2 1/4 cup of water. So it's not that much water. And then I have in my tea cup over here, or my coffee cup, I have my tea that I like to have at night. It's kind of like, it's a sleepy time tea, but it's a detox tea. It has like dandelion and some dandelion root and some other things. And I always like to drink that before I go to bed. So I'm going to make it now while I have the burner out. And that cup there, it's a Tervis cup. It will stay hot until I drink it later. Sometimes I have to take the lid off because it won't cool off. So, and then when I make these pre-made meals like this, once I add the water to them and I stir them up, I put them in this cheap lunchbox while it has to sit for like the 10-15 minutes, because it helps keep it extra warm and it just helps it reconstitute itself better. At least that's what I think. So yeah. So I'm sure I'll chat with you some more in a little bit after I get dinner all made. Well, that was quick. My food is already in the bag over there. My tea is sitting there getting ready. And of course I have my protection and my other protection. I'm just playing. So yeah, I can't wait to eat. While we eat dinner in a little while, I will tell the story of what happened on my way up to the campsite. I think dinner looks pretty good and it smells pretty good. What do you think, Tanky? You think it smells good? He's ignoring me. Don't mind my crazy hair. I had to take my hat off for a little bit. Whew, I was a little warm still, but I'm cooling off now. Now that the sun is going down, it feels cooler, and we relaxed for a little bit while our food was getting ready. So, but yeah, excuse me, I just gotta get a drink. So yeah, so the story I was gonna tell you is as to why my sorry, Tank acted like he saw something. Hold on just a second. I wasn't worried that he saw something, but I was excited. I was hoping I'd get something on camera for you guys, but I think he just smelled something. He didn't even bark. He just perked up for a minute. But the story of how my hat got all dirty and I got a little scratch, not that it matters, but I had parked at a campsite that I was checking out on the way in here. It was still off of the Golden Road. I hadn't come up the Telos Road yet. And I had walked Tank down because there was a place you can get to like a lake, but it was really low, so you could kind of walk out pretty far. And I was coming back out of the path and I saw someone go by the end of the road where you can pull into that campsite. And I didn't think anything of it. I did hear a weird noise like when the car went by, but I thought, oh, it's just an older car. It has a clunk, you know. So I get Tank back in the van because we're getting ready to leave, because I decided I didn't want to stay on that at that campsite because it was like literally only a few feet. It wasn't very far off the Golden Road, and it's really dusty right now, and that section of the Golden Road tends to have a little bit of traffic. I mean, traffic for the woods. Yeah, my mom picks on me when I say traffic, but anyway, so I get Tank in the van, and I get in the van myself, and I'm getting ready to leave it, and that same car comes back. and pulls in. So I thought, oh, maybe they're just coming to check out to see what I was looking at, because that does happen sometimes. Sometimes people won't pull into places if they don't know what it is. So it's a lady, probably maybe a little teeny bit older than me, not a whole lot. It's hard to tell because most people don't think I'm 46. I'm not saying that like as a brag, but most people don't think I am. So she could have been my age. She could have been a little older. And she asked me, do you know anything about cars? And I was like, oh man, I mean, I know a little bit. I don't know a whole lot, but I know a little bit. And she goes, I had to pull over to let this big vehicle go by, and I got caught on a rock, and I think I messed up the underside of my car. And I went, oh no. Well, I said, well, I can take a look. I don't, I'm not an expert, but I can take a look. And so I got on the ground in the dirt and the dust. That's how my hat got all dirty. And I crawled under her car, and luckily it was only like that heat shield thing or whatever you want to call it. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic, but it wasn't anything important like that was going to make the car not run. So I asked her if she had any bungee cords in the back, and she did. So I crawled under the car and I bungee corded her the heat plate or whatever the heck it was, whatever that big piece of plastic is that covers the the front side of the car underneath. So I crawled under there and I bungeed it the best I could. And I told her, I tried to avoid any big rocks on the rest of your way, because she was trying to get back to the campground she was staying at, which was probably it wasn't very far, maybe like 5 miles down the road. And she just kept thanking me, and Tank, of course, was barking at her. But so you never know. If I could have just kept driving and not stopped when she waved me down, but I feel like if I stop for people, then maybe someone will stop for me someday if I need it, So that was my my good karma for the day. So and she asked me if I wanted something for my help, and of course I said no. I said I would try to help, and I could, and she was able to make it down the road. She left before me. I had her pull out before me just in case something happened, and that way at least I'd be behind her. But she made it to the campground, and I kept going. So, but yeah, so that was the funny story of how our little trip started once we get on the Golden Road. And now I'm going to eat this food because it smells really good. But I won't have you watch me eat because that's kind of weird. Our first night in the van has begun. We're in the van. You still see just a little light out still. For some reason Tank wanted to come in. I think he was tired. He's sleeping. I put his bed right here next to mine. He's got his fan on, blowing in his face because it's still a little warm. I've got a couple lanterns on just right now. This is that little Anchor power station. I really like that because it has a light on top. And so since it's early, I think it might be a little bit after 8. I have my iPad with me. I just had downloaded a couple movies, so I'm going to watch a little bit of a movie to decompress and drink my tea before I go to bed. But we're all nice and cozy in here. Tank looks comfortable. He's sleeping. So I'm sleeping on this side. My pillow's going to go back there against the back wall. And when we get up in the morning, I will let you guys know how the night went. But it's a really nice night. It was almost 80 degrees today. But it's cooled off now. I don't know the temperature. I didn't turn the car on to check it. And for right now, I have the windows all the way down with the bug screen still on. But when I go to bed, I will, I'll put them up probably like 3/4 of the way, just in case. I mean, I don't think anything's going to bother me or anyone, but it's probably better than sleeping with the windows wide open, and just in case, especially where it's first night. So, and I have the front window covered. I need to order some covers. That's one of my next things to get, is some covers for all the windows. But so it's going to be dark soon, and we will see you guys in the morning, unless something super exciting happens tonight. But I think it's going to be too dark if anything does come to see it anyway. So we'll see you in the morning.